Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to Princess Waltz. Let's see where this is going. Will they appear on the battlefield or no?
8時59分。どうしちゃったのかね、剣の姫は。闘技場に現れないってのは、敗北に匹敵するペナルティになるんだけど。いいえ。
It is the first time that Tsurushiro has opened her mouth since arriving here.
来ます。
The referee shrugs.
イーリス姫、試合放棄まで残り時間。10、9、8、7、6、5。
そこまでです、ビジョン様。イーリス姫が来ました。
Pigeon hurriedly turns around.
なるほど、確かに。ヒロインは遅れてやってくるってことかな。
In her hand shines the silver blade, LD Arc. Her body is clad in her white dress. On her head sits her white gold tiara. Her face, beautiful as water as Angela would put it, is turned firmly towards Tsurushiro. Tsurushiro had full confidence in her. Confidence that this woman with her stern, beautiful face, her violent splendor, could dance in the waltz. Hello? What's going on? Half an hour earlier, it is 8:30.
新た。
Chris watches the hand of the clock slowly move up. She's hit 100 sides already. The duel will start in half an hour. Arata hasn't shown himself. It's obvious that something has happened. Perhaps one of the other princesses is responsible, perhaps someone else. No matter the case, she can feel the unrest in the air. But she has conviction that Arata will be there at the duel. After all, he promised that he'd walk the same path as her. Not really. Chris. Yo, Chris.
新たか？新たなのか？
A voice in her mind. It's what attuned people can do. It's a kind of telepathy. There is nobody else who can do this. Chris has no doubt that it's Arata who is speaking to her.
どこだ？今すぐ助けに。
But then, the world goes black before her eyes.
目覚めろ。目覚めろ、クリス・ノースフィールド。
誰だ？なぜ僕の名を知っている？
知っているとも。俺は全てを知っている。お前の生まれる前から、1000年も前から、お前を見ているのだからな。
なんだと？
知っている。お前は王子でありながら、プリンセスワルツに参加していることも。そして、一人ではなく、二人で戦っていることも。
Who the heck is that?
なんたる浅ましさ、なんたる卑怯者。
Yeah, it's a bit cheesy as well.
なんとでも言うがいい。僕はそれでも勝たねばならない。
大のために小を切り捨てるか。だが、それでは王にはなれぬな。
どういうことだ？
Chris wonders why she's even asking. Ever since the start, she has lent her ear to this disembodied voice, the nature of which she does not know. Why can't she shut it out?
心得ておけ。エルディラントの王とは 全てを所有するものだ。誰にも分け与えることなく、ひとかけらたりとも逃すことなく、その
Sorry? Clicked too fast again?
己の内に目を向けよ。気づかぬか？お前はもとより一人で戦えたはずだ。戦えぬのはそのための力を他の者に分け与えているからに過ぎん。今こそそれを奪い返すのだ。
奪い返す？
目を閉じ、感覚を研ぎ澄ましてみよ。感じるだろう。つながれし者より流れ込む力。その全てを奪え、お前のものとせよ。そうすればお前は必ずエルディラントの王となれる。
誰だ？誰なんだお前は！
俺は始まりの王。この世の全てを所有する者。
Huh, interesting. Her body feels uneasy. She hardly looks at her reflection in the window.
なぜだ？どうしてこんな…
The face looking back at her is not the face of Chris Norfield. It belongs to Iris.
新たいるのか？新た
The boy she's calling is not inside this body, nor is he outside. Fukamori Arata had no part in this, and yet Chris has turned into Iris.
なぜ？
Her body is light. She feels as if she can touch the sky. This, without a doubt, Iris' body. The dream from just now. Did the man in the dream do this? What did it mean? What is the reason for all this? She looks up at the clock tower. The time is 5 minutes to 9. The first bell is tolling.
やむをえん。今はその理由を考えている時ではない。今なら一人で戦える。一人で戦うんだ。
You are a weakling right now. I'm sorry.
そう。お前は元より一人で戦える。
クリス。今は心を煩わせるな。急げ。
She shakes off her doubts and begins to run. She's on her own. Arata isn't here with her. There's only herself. And for some reason, the Iris she saw in the window looked... She looked less reliable than usual, somehow.
さてと、時間はギリギリだけど、ともあれルールには反していない。
何か？足は？
She's asking if it has healed. Tsurushiro smiles a faint, yet menacing smile.
ご心配なさらずともすっかり治りました。ワルツに全く支障はありません。
そうか。ならばいい。
From the both of them rises an intense fighting spirit. Pigeon senses it and steps back from the two of them.
待った待った。せめて僕が宣言するまで待ってくれないかな。
He clears his throat.
プリンセスワルツ。リ・エールか。
Both of them inhale sharply. The sound of the sword cutting the atmosphere says it as clearly as the sound of the first pounding the atmosphere. The waltz is on. Go Suzushiro! Now I'm on your side actually. Angela is soundly meditating on something. Liana heaves a sigh.
ったく、からでもない。緊張してるっての？
She takes another deep breath. Maybe she's heightening her senses, or maybe she's calming herself down. No matter the case, her mind is far from its normal state right now. This is the real thing. The skirmishes with the gardeners don't even compare. This is the world's most brilliant battle, kingdom to kingdom, princess to princess, dress to dress. This is the Princess Waltz. She has observed it many times, and never has she felt fear about participating herself, only thrill. Or rather, she should be feeling thrill. What is it, this uncomfortable feeling? A silver of doubt resides in her chest. Her mind keeps toiling without end.
ああ、もう、なんでこんな時にあいつの顔を思い浮かべてるのよ。
She knuckles her own head to make the image, the face of Fukamori Arata, clear from her head. It's strange, very strange. Why has she been chasing after the prince for all this time anyway? That's an easy one. She's in this Princess Waltz so she can be married to the prince for life. She considered this a matter of course. She always believed this was her ambition for the future. And yet...
考えるのやめ。今はとにかく勝つことを考える私。わかったか私。わかったぞ私。よーし、バッチリ。
She slaps her cheeks with her hand, calming down her mind, stopping from running through the impossible maze, or so it feels anyway. All this time, Angela hasn't moved. Now she opens her eyes.
そろそろいいかしら。
Liliana smiles and clears her throat with a dry cough.
あら、お休みのところお邪魔したかしら？神代の頃から竜はダミーを貪るけだものと相場が決まってるもんね。
竜を侮辱する者は死ぬ。なんてね。挑発もそこまで見えすいていると微笑ましいくらいだわ。
なるほど。さすがは音に聞こえし竜騎士の称号を冠する者。いざことここに至ってやばい挑発が通じるほど間抜けじゃないか。
脆弱なざれ言など私の胸には届かないわ。
そうね。竜の心臓を突き刺す者はいつだって熟練の戦士の誇りと相場が決まってる。
さあ、それはどうかしら。たとえ熟練の戦士といえども、アンジェラ・ビクトワールの心臓を貫けるか。
Her dress shifts, but the girl she's pointing her lance at smiles fearlessly.
貫いてみせるわよ。デンスタッツァーが嵐の姫、リリアーナ・ルンルン・ギュンスターがね。
相手はレンスタンツァのリリアーナ姫か。侮るなよ、アンジェラ。目の前の相手は実戦の経験でお前を上回る唯一の姫。
However, the only one who can hear Glenn's muttering
キュイ。
is Shachi.
わし、ここにいる甲斐ないな。
可愛らしい武器だこと。そんな玩具で私の胸を貫くつもりかしら。
一ついいことを教えてあげるわ、竜の姫。あなたが玩具と呼んだこれはデンスタンツァーが秘宝アクアメラルドを埋め込んだ神秘の水。
She takes a grip on the handle, points the thing at Angela and pulls the trigger. The bullet of water clips Angela's ear before it veers off into a different direction. But of course she didn't deflect it.
Twinkle Fortune! 行くわよ!
It missed on purpose, but the sound by her ear made Angela realize the power of the gun. Angela's face warps in a grimace of joy.
面白い。だがこのペルペティエル、生半可な武器や、まして玩具で打ち破れるものではない。
She raises her lance and assumes a crouched attack position. The distance between them is about 5 meters. Liliana has her water pistol, but Angela's weapon won't reach. However, Angela is fast. In the face of her speed, 5 meters are nothing. Liliana has never seen any of Angela's techniques, but the self-confidence radiating from her body speaks volumes. Liliana will not have any advantage from possessing a ranged weapon. Even she herself realizes this in full.
近づけさせちゃダメね。一定の距離を保って撃ち続けないと。
She never shows fear in the face of battle. Facing down Angela is no exception, and yet...
おかしいな。なんでだろう。全然ワクワクしないなんて。
For the first time, she doesn't feel any excitement. Is there something that is hampering her? In all her battles so far, Liliana has had a clear goal for which to fight. Great treasure, the safety of her passengers and cargo. Sometimes it was her incidentally very reasonable passage fee. There was always something she could take delight in.
冷静になれルンルン。今は戦い。それも待ちに待ったプリンセスワルツ。マジも大マジ超本気に。それが姫の心意気よ。
As Liliana once again tries to cheer herself on, Crow steps forward. Crow looks from one princess to the other. They both seem to be prepared. All that is left is the announcement, the ringing statement that will begin the waltz.
プリンセスワルツ。リエルタ。
And so it begins. The bullet of water meets the onrushing lance. Liliana dives to the side, rolls to her feet and pulls the trigger again. Angela defends against the water bullets simply by deflecting them with her lance. Liliana clicks her tongue and tries to increase her distance. Again, but the dragon doesn't let her. Angela charges with a speed that exceeds even that of the bullets. She changes her attack mode. She isn't going to pierce the charge, but to stop it by impact. The bullets explode right before they hit Angela. They have less power than the previous attack, but because there are countless fragments, Angela can deflect them all. Her mad rush halts for a moment, but it is enough for Liliana to increase the range again. Sorry about that.
スコールならあいつの突進を止められる。この調子でいけば。記録。イーリス姫との戦闘を比較して速度が 14% 向上。それに伴い攻撃力は 19% の増加確認。
For there is nobody to talk to, Crow rattles off the statistics. However, her voice sounds a little surprised. Of course, her astonishment originates from Angela's improvement since last time. At the same time, she is surprised that Liliana can fight her on an equal footing. However, in the end, Crow is a referee, not a warrior. And so she doesn't recognize the expression on Angela's face or her movements. There is only one present who does. No, not him.
なんじゃあのやる気のなさは。技がふぬけておる。あんなもので提出する突進でもあるまいに。アンジェラ、お前何を考えている？
コール、ヒートブリッジ。
She changes modes again and pulls the trigger.
機械合破、エンジェルシュート。
Angela doesn't even try to dodge the bullets, flying at her chest and forehead.
最悪。
Angela knocks the bullets away with one sweep of her lance. There's a bang as the bullets detonate. Liliana's eyes go wide, as if she can't believe with what she's seeing. Angela's eyes narrow as she glares at Liliana. Then... Liliana feels as if she just got slaughtered. She believes she's spitting up blood. She thinks she's dying, that her life is being cut. But there is no pain. Liliana immediately realizes what's going on. She was just hit with Angel's lust for blood. Angel lust, sorry. Her eyes go wide in shock.
さっきをぶつけられただけ。たったそれだけで、あれだけのイメージを私に与えるなんて。
They were very realistic images of death.
嵐の姫の噂は聞いている。富のためなら死をも恐れぬ荒くれ者の海賊たち。それが唯一恐れる七海の絶対守護者だと。
Angel takes a step forward. Liliana takes a step back out of the fear.
それがどういう手いたらく？ワルツを迷いながら踊るなど。嵐の姫よ。私相手では本気になれないというのかしら。
Whoa. Yeah, she would be angry about this for sure. A shimmer of heat surrounds Angela. Liliana breathes out in admiration.
あなたの本気を見せなさい。あなたの本気を見せなければ、くすぶったままの炎であなたを焼くことになる。
She knows it's an incarnation of her fighting spirit. Even if it's invisible, she can tell.
さあ、私と戦え、嵐の姫よ。
In that moment, the haze clouding Liliana's head lifts. What's she getting all worried about? Why is she being so hesitant? There is someone here for her. There's someone here who is so strong that she wants to laugh out loud.
こりゃすごい。こりゃ強いわ。他の姫より何倍もぶっ飛んでる。
Someone who can make her unconsciously mutter something like that is standing here telling her to fight. Her future, her ambitions, her goal. She can think about that once she has won. The prince's face floats up in her mind for an instant. That's enough. For now, that is enough. Liliana drives the past and the future out of her mind. The only thing that matters is her here and now. Yeah.
これで燃えなきゃ姫じゃないってね。
This is a fight with the Princess of Agnes, who claimed the title of the best of the Dragon Knights all by herself. Something that much fun is right in front of her eyes. What meaning is there to the past and future at a time like this?
目は覚めたかしら。
Angela's fighting spirit rages on as strong as it did before, but now Liliana smiles broadly.
冷めた冷めた。ごめん、がっかりしてたよね。そのことについては本気で謝る。どうかご容赦を、竜の姫。
She lifts the hem of her skirt and makes a courtesy. It's only proper given the circumstances.
ええ、それはもう。では、もう落胆する必要はないかしら。
いいえ、残念ながらもっともっと落ち込んでもらうわ。
Water begins to flow from the water pistol's muzzle. The water keeps flowing, never breaking. It's as if the water isn't water at all, but something solid. It's like really cohesive jelly. The tube of water extends to about 3 times Liliana's height, then finally stops.
この私、リリアーナ・ルンルン・ギュンスターを本気にさせたこと。
She flicks her wrist. There's a sharp crack. It's the sound of a whip breaking the sound barrier.
しっかり後悔させてあげるから。
面白い。それでは今度こそ。
ええ、今この時こそが私たちのプリンセスワルツ真の。
Both women tighten their grip on their weapons. They both smile, knowing they are facing a formidable foe.
リ・エルタ。
This is where the second curtain rises.
記録。アンジェラ姫の速度、前回のワルツと比較して 23% オーバー。記録。リリアーナ姫の速力、先ほどと比較して 32% オーバ
ー。ようやく本気を出しよったか。悪い癖だまったく。本気の相手でなくては戦う気力がこれっぽっちもわかんとは。アンジェラよ、本当にお前は虎の尾を踏むのが好きだの。
There are people who, when faced with a tiger, can't resist stepping on its tail. And Angela is such a person.
まあ、竜騎士とはそういうものか。
The whip flashes left and right, its crack tearing through the air.
いくわよ。コールウィッププリッツ。
With just 2 or 3 flicks of Liliana's wrist, the whip forces Angela to dance out of the way.
これ好きの。
Unlike the bullets from before, the whip moves left and right. However, it isn't quite the same as the bullets. Angela tries to slash through it with her lance, but
残念、ご愁傷様。竜の一本釣り、一丁上がり。
Angela is dragged along with the whip. She tries to peel off the whip, coiled around her right arm, but it mercilessly tosses her through the air. Round and round. And round and round. She's being spun through the air.
ルンルン式メリーゴーラウンド。さあ、いっけー。
Slowly, the whip loses its grip. As the laws of physics demand, Angela flies into a pillar.
この程度で。
In midair, she regained her balance and landed on the pillar by her hands and feet. She immediately takes in the battlefield, seeking out Liliana for a counterattack.
消えた。
トゥインクルフォーチュン。コールカノンブリッツ。
The voice comes from Angela's blind spots, about 10 meters to the right hand side. Angela flew through the air and landed on the pillar and scanned the battlefield, all in a very short time. And yet, It was more than enough time for Liliana to create a shell of water. She was firing bullets before, but this is a different order of magnitude. This is a cannon. Angela launches herself off the pillar, but Liliana has even that under control. She adjusts the angle of her projectile to match. The projectile hits Angela from behind. She drops to the ground.
ゆい
いかんかわせアンジェラ。
コールカノンブリッジリロード
Another shell forms in front of her.
視界操作 C ディバイド
二度も同じ技を食らうか。
Angela jumps up with the force of a rocket. Liliana is so taken back that she is rooted to the spot for a moment.
エクレン。
やれやれハラハラさせおって。
Of all Angel's techniques, this one is the fastest. Liliana isn't even able to evade it, or so Glenn thinks. Indeed, Liliana doesn't avoid it, but that doesn't mean she can't move.
もうこれでチェックメイ。何？
NANI? She simply didn't need to move. Because?
なんてねいい網でしょ
Oh.
ブラックウィドワーズっていうの
The tip of the lance never reached Liliana. It stopped a few centimeters from its mark. Angela can't advance another millimeter. Her body and her lance are trapped in what can only be described as a huge cobweb. The web that halted Angela's charge was made at about the same time the first shell hit her. Of course, Liliana never expected she could finish off the Dragon Princess that easily. And she knew Angela would act if she tried hitting her with the same move. And Angela must have realized where Liliana was by the direction of the shell, and if she knew that.
残念残念少しだけ距離が足りなかったわね
Liliana gives a playful push at the tip of the lance that is pointing right at her. Oh, that was a bad idea, I'm afraid. At the same time, the web that Angela barreled into springs back to its initial position. Oh, she's pissed. Oh, she's pissed very badly. Angela is fired from the web like an arrow from a bow. The ground can be a dangerous weapon if it hits you hard.
しまった。見誤っていたか。わしもアンジェラも。無知を形作った時気づくべきだった。レンスタンツァのプリンセスが持つ武器がただの水鉄砲などであるはずがないということに。あれは水を発射するだけの単純な武器ではない。あの武器は水を己の支配下に置くことこそがその本質なのだ。ってやかましいわ。
Eh? What are they doing in that cage? The treasure of Renstanza, the Aquamerald. It's a gem that possesses the serenity of the ocean. It was supposedly made by the god of the sea himself. She who wields the gem has complete mastery over water and is able to freely manipulate the waves. A bullet made of water. A whip made of water. A net made of water. The water becomes her servant. According to the old teachings of Renstanza, water is the origin of all living things. Without water, nothing can survive. And therefore she who controls water is the strongest of all.
いかんな。あのリリアーナ姫、完全に場を支配している。 アンジェラと同じく視線をかいくぐってきた者の強さ。
Angela faced death many times during her trials for the title of Dragon Knight. Liliana also has risked her life in many battles. Be aware, Dragon Princess. The Princess of the Storm, whom you've awakened, is a battle-hardened warrior. Her blade of water can pierce the heart of a dragon. A bullet of water nails Angela's heel to the floor. Her ankle immediately turns white. The bullet has frozen. Heh.
二度も食らわぬと言った。
The frozen shackle around Angela's leg evaporates. She's pissed. Told you she was pissed. Pro steps back so she won't get caught in what's to come. Soon the whole stage is shimmering in the blazing heat. Yeah, it may be true that water is the source of all living things. But fire is also part of nature. It is that which destroys all that is alive. The whip materializes, then wraps around a distant pillar. Liliana's god tells her she has to get away without delay. But before the whip can carry Liliana to safety, Angela's lance scores a direct hit on her dress. She survives. That's a stroke of luck. Whether it was because of her dexterity or because of sheer luck, the lance didn't hit her heart. It went through her side. Liliana doesn't waste time rejoicing in her own safety. She immediately focuses on how to take down her opponent. She cuts the whip and aims her gun at Angela. At this range, she can't miss. With a creak of moving muscle, Angela moves her right arm. Suddenly, Liliana feels a chill on her back. She's had this happen before, on the battlefield. This is a premonition of certain death. With that single word, Angela ignites. She accelerates as if driven by an explosion. With Liliana still on the tip of her lance, Angela dives at the floor. Lun-Lun, please don't die. Lun-Lun?
どうなった？いやいや、やかましい！わしにもまだわからんわい。
Lun-Lun.
手こずらせてくれる。だが、面白い。こうでなくては意味がない。
アンジェラ姫、ドレスに 18% の損傷確認。戦闘続行可能と推測。リリアーナ姫は？
どうしたリリアーナ。立ち上がれぬとは言わせぬ。もとより貴様がこの程度で。
The whip cracks by Angela's ear as if to tell her to shut up. In the cloud of dust, a figure rises to her feet. She's alive!
リリアーナ姫、 ドレスに損傷確認。戦闘続行可能。だが、アンジェラ姫に比較して、ダメージの蓄積率は 13% オーバー。
こいつ、強い。クラーケン相手だって、こんなにダメージ受けたことないっての。
Her face contorts. She can't help it. She can't stop herself from laughing.
この私の技を食らって、策通りに動いてくれて、それでもなお反撃してくるとはね。ああ、もう、まったく。
Her body is trembling, but it is not with fear. This is excitement. This is joy. The pain is joy. The fighting spirit hammering at her is like perfume on a sea breeze. This is fun. It is fun, fun, fun! And also magnificent. Such splendor. She hit her opponent with all she had, and yet she stood back up. Her foe is like a heavy storm at sea. There is a deep wound in her side, and yet... Liliana Lun-Lun Ginter laughs.
竜の姫アンジェラ、竜騎士アンジェラ・ビクトワール。あんた、最低に最悪で最高な相手だわ。
She raises her gun and aims it at Angela. Then she realizes she's in a bit of trouble. The trigger on the Twinkle Fortune has no effect.
壊れちゃったか。
The blow from before damaged her weapon along with her dress, it seems. In other words, she can't use her bullets or her cannon anymore. On the other side, Angela also realizes Lina's gun is broken. Then, when she sees the expression on Liliana's face, Angela's face breaks into a grin.
よし、引き金が壊れたか。もう遠距離専用の技は使えまい。
9位。
なぬ？まだ近距離専用の無知は使えるだと？わかってるわい、そんなこと。だが近距離戦ではこちらに分がある。
How do you understand this guy?
分があるはずだ。
まだね。まだ先がある。その視線が陶器が物語る。まだ先があると。私を倒す技があると。戦うのが楽しくてしょうがないと。さあ、存分に試すがいい。私はここだ。このワルツの先にあるものを見せてみろ。嵐の姫、リリアーナ。
Angela is screaming as for Liliana.
言われなくとも見せてあげるわよ。まずは。
She holds her gun up overhead. Through a crack in the dolphin-shaped body comes a cold mist.
コールハードレイン。天に命ず、地に発す。我が呼びかけに応じ、歓喜の声を上げよ。我は海をしもべとする者ぞ。誓い限定召喚。
What? The sky clouds over, and rain begins to fall on the battlefield.
天候変化。戒律庭園内での降雨確認。
Angela holds up her hand to check. Then she shrugs.
雨まで呼べるのね。人押しとして生きるならこれ以上ない特技だわ。
そんなことを言ってられるのも今のうち。本番はこれからだっての。さあ、我がレンスタンサーの奥義をご覧あれ。コールインフィニティチェイン。
From the muzzle of the gun, water begins to pour, just like before. It stretches and stretches and keeps on stretching. And it's not just from the gun. The raindrops melt together and form endless strings of water.
これは鎖？
The chains are all over the battlefield. There are countless chains. They are like a spider's web. Liliana jumps on top of one of the chains. And thus, Liliana, who governs the sea, now also governs the air. She's practically forcing the air to behave like the sea.
封鎖結界はご存知かしら？鎖一本で力自慢の海賊7人を捕獲可能。私たちが賞金首を生かして捕まえたい時に使う最強の武器。
Of course Angela knows that. Everyone in Eldelant knows about that. These chains are famous for being able to restrain 7 pirates each. This is the strongest weapon Restanza uses in their fight against pirates, the block there. Only Liliana knows just how many of them there are in this artificial sea.
さあ、この絶対封鎖結界、打ち破れるかしら？アンジェラ・ビクトワール。
Angela screams like a mad woman.
もちろんだ。打ち破ってみせよう。そして知るがいい。私を縛る鎖は存在せぬと。
She thrusts lance upwards towards Liliana. No matter how strong a technique it is, no matter how effective, that lance will smash through. Wind blows between the two. Someone swallows. It is unclear whether it is Liliana or Angela. Inside each of their bodies, a cocking piece raises up, ready to fall. Each of them burns the other in her gaze.
ありゅう。
封鎖結界。
マーズ。
チェーンソー形態。
The moment Angela leaps into the air, countless chains bear down on her. The chains hit Angela without mercy. From behind, from the front, from above and from below, the chains wrap themselves around her.
まだだ。まだまだ。まだまだまだ。
But even though she's taking damage, Angela doesn't slow down. Whenever a chain strikes her dress, pain fires through her body. However, right now, Angela's brain is oblivious to the signals of pain coming from her body. The reason why she's breathing hard isn't because of the pain. Chain after chain attacks her, but she breaks them all as she charges at Liliana.
いい加減止まれっての。
The chains that were supposed to be broken join together again and coil around Angela. Around her legs, her arms, her chest. Not nice. Her chest, her neck, her lance.
封鎖結界、飛竜呪縛形態。
Liliana clenches her fist. At the same time, the chains begin to expand. Angela.
これってどうだ。
Angela is enveloped in a bluish of mass water. Bluish mass of water. Oh.
まさか。まさか。アンジェラアンジェラうるさい。まだ負けたと決まったわけではない。ティアラがまだ破壊されてはおらん。
キューイ。
リリアーナ姫が膝をついておるとは。それよりアンジェラはどうした？
手こずらせてくれたじゃないの。まったく、ただでさえ転校操作は疲れるってのに、その上ふざけっかいまで使ったもんだから。
Liliana's body trembles as a tidal wave of fatigue assaults her. But she mustn't let it get to her. She finally caught the dragon. Almost there. Just a little more.
リリアーナ姫、戦闘放棄ですか？
Crow is sweating. One possible cause is the heat Angela created earlier.
違うよ。ちょっと疲れただけ。戦闘放棄するんならそこで封じられた方でしょ。
Crow shakes her head.
アンジェラ姫は戦闘続行を希望しています。
何？あんた、テレパシーでも使えるっての？便利だから、私もそれにしてそれに。喋るのも、疲れるんだから。
Crow remains silent. Then, for she's tired, Liliana's thoughts flash her warning. She's talking to a referee. Referees don't take the side of either princess. This is natural. There would not be any point to having referees if they did. And one other thing. Because they are referees, they can monitor the status of the fighting princesses. That's why she asked her if she wanted to give up. Crow knew how tired she was. Wait a minute. If that's true, then does she know? Know about what was that she thought just now?
ちょっと、あいつまさか。
Crow retreats. That action is enough. That alone more than suffices as an answer to her question.
ふざけっかい攻撃形態。アンジェラ・ビクトワールのティアラを破壊せよ。
The chains of water begin to contract, however. Please be alive. There is an eruption of fire. Liliana feels as if she's being torn apart. That is really the most exciting fight so far.
アンジェラ姫、パラメータオールグリーン。ドレスの損傷 5% ダウン。リリアーナ姫、ドレス損傷 61% 到達。武装損傷 87%。
Whoa. If Vision were here, he'd have shrugged and said something along the lines of the match being decided. That's the feeling Crow gets as she watches the stage fill up with fog. Well, at least I'm alive. That's what Liliana thinks. She feels something lukewarm run down her forehead. Apparently, in that large explosion just now, the lance grazed her by chance.
たく、どさくさ紛れもいいとこだっての。あの化け物女。
So, is this defeat? She had confidence in that attack, but it was broken so easily. She can't help but despair. Of course, she still has an ace in the hole. She has one, but she doesn't know if she can pull it off in her current state. Is this defeat? Is it? Now that her spirit is dying, the pain in her body begins to register. It makes her want to cry. Which she promptly does. Her body hurts. She's ashamed of herself. She cries. What a monster. She hit her with the blockader so many times and she couldn't even stop her. On the contrary, she tore the chains all by herself. She wipes the corner of her eyes. She touches her forehead. It hurts a lot. He? Who's he? She forgets her pain. She searches her memory. Ah, that's right. She remembers now. He must be... the one who took her first kiss. The source of her strange affliction. Nope. She can't remember. For some reason, Chris' face is unclear in her mind's eye. She could try to hide behind the excuse that her senses are fading, but then why can she remember him so vividly? She can even remember his speech and the way he acts. I'll make you happy until the day you die. I see. So this Princess Waltz is meeting of women who haven't given up yet. A contest of dreams.
そう、プリンセスワルツの舞台でね、勇敢な姫は華麗に戦って王子様を射止めるの。ね、素敵でしょ？プリンセスにとって一番大事なものってなんだかわかる？
No, I don't know.
私はね、プライドだと思うんだ。武器も命も全部なくなっても、プライドは捨てない。それがプリンセスの心意気ってね。
That's right. That's right. That's right.
自分で言って忘れてちゃ世話ない。
What did she say herself? She said she wouldn't throw away her pride.
まだだ。プライドどころか、武器も命も捨てるほど残ってるっての。
And because of that, she will fight.
武器が壊れれば素手で殴ればいい。腕が折れれば別の腕。足が折れれば這いつくばってでも戦う。
That's it!
姫の心意気ってもんでしょうが、このバカルンな。
The Dragon Princess breathes out in admiration. Liliana's dress is in tatters. Her weapon is broken. But Liliana is standing up. She's upright and glaring at Angela, full of fighting spirit.
それこそがプリンセス。これこそがプリンセスワルツ。さあ踊ろう。ワルツを、もっとワルツを。まだ高く、まだ熱く、奇 様とならばさらに遠く、まだ見ぬ色、世界よ、リリアーナ。
変だ、言われなくたって。私のワルツは止まらないんだから。
Liliana gently strokes her crushed, dolphin-shaped gun. When she was given that twinkle fortune, she was taught a variety of techniques. Clever techniques to control water and to change its form, as well as techniques essential for the Princess Waltz. When she had learned them all, her mother taught her this. You must never use this technique. She asked why, if she should never use it. She was even taught that technique. Her mother laughed. A technique that you must never use is like origami. Once you know it, you want to teach it to others. And especially because you must never use it, that means a time will come when you will. She asked when that time would come. The trouble with a time that comes is that nobody knows. It will come when it comes. She thought the time would never come. She holds that twinkle fortune over her head again. She thought that she would never lose even if she never used it. From the broken shell emerges the aquamerald. Such luxury, such stupidity. The time is right before her eyes. Slowly, the Dragon Princess raises her lance. This would be the time for a real apology. A crash. Her body hurts so much it feels she's going to burst apart. Blood flows from between her teeth, but it is sucked up by the aquamerald. This is best and at the same time the vilest technique that Twinkle Fortune has to offer. It's because when used, this technique absorbs the user's blood to gain in power. Wow.
確認。天候変化。気温の急激低下。雨の固形化。そしてリリアーナ姫の周囲にだけ吹雪。
なんだ。寒。なんだか妙に寒いぞ。おい、毛皮はないか。もふもふ暖かい感じの。
This guy is funny.
いや、お前には期待していない。何？ダメ？いや、ダメだと言われてもわしには何のことやら。
Oh. Well, that's true.
視界、コルセナ、5回、エーデルキア、6回、セレスト。
The aquamerald is turning red. The ocean blue of the gem turns a deep crimson. At that moment, the aquamerald turns into the bloodmerald. Her blood becomes 7 cross-shaped swords, flying from the bloodmerald in Iliana's hand. Their beauty is like a ruby's. Even Anja spends a moment in admiration.
美しい。その色、まさに貴様の命の色。我が命をかけるに値する。
Huh? Liliana's senses waver because of the blood loss. It doesn't hurt, but she feels very sleepy. She grits her teeth and forces herself to focus. Angela's lens is at the ready. She has taken up the posture so many times now, it's like an old friend. First, to stop that woman's legs.
ロックオン。標的着弾まで自動誘導開始。打ち破れ。ブラッドクレイモー。
Claymore, oh. At that same time, she fires. But right in the middle of her attack, Angela rushes her. There is both simplicity and wisdom in the straight line of attack. The claymores made of fresh blood have a target-seeking function. They will follow no matter where she runs. Of course, Angela doesn't know that. It's just in Angela's nature to go straight at her opponent. If you get scared, if you run, then you will be stabbed in your back. But if you charge your enemy head-on, one of them is knocked away, one misses, two more are shattered by the lance. And still... There were 3 more, right? Out of the 7 swords, 3 hit their mark.
クレイモー。その場に縫い止めろ。
Suddenly, the swords dive towards the floor. The acceleration is so abrupt that it breaks Angela's charge. Simultaneously, Liliana jumps up into the air. The curse of the claymore is absolute, but the dragon princess will probably pull free even if it means rending her own flesh. Before that happens, she's got to do something before that happens. She has lost so much blood that even standing up, sitting down, or lying on the floor makes her dizzy. Even after emitting the claymores, the blood emerald hasn't lost any of its sparkle. That's right, the technique just now was just to seal her opponent's movement. The next move, that will truly be the forbidden technique passed down in the royal family of Restanza, the house of Ginter. She tightly grips the blood emerald in her hand. The gem smashes into a million pieces with a dull crack. It's the sound of the technique that must not be used. Angela stares at Liliana in mute amazement. She just destroyed her own weapon. The crimson shards in Liliana's hand begin to swirl up into the air. There is only one goal. This is even more brilliant than the flame pinned down on the floor. Angela Victoire. Along with a silver light, a mighty blizzard bears down on Angela. It rapidly begins to freeze her body. This technique doesn't just restrain the target, like the chains did. This one is meant to freeze the victim to death. There is a deafening clank of metal. No! Angela's weapon, her pride and honor, her lance perpetuelle, has cracked up under the low temperature. Right now Angela is about halfway frozen. Before the first layer of ice can melt off, a new blizzard strikes Angela. The flames she's clad in gradually grow weaker.
お前まさか。
Doesn't she have some secret technique as well? This is the final. The blizzard takes on unworldly proportions.
Oh. アンジェラ姫、完全沈黙。再起不能、または死亡確率 93%。
Hey, hey, hey! There's still 7% of chance she's alive, okay? She's alive. I believe she's alive. I believe she's alive. She must be alive. Please, Angela.
違うのだよ最低者。あの娘は、アンジェラは死んでなどおらぬ。まして再起不能でもない。いいな、それどころか。
Please. Come on. Come on, this fight is so exciting that she must have something, like a trump card. Liliana crumbles to the floor. As for Angela, she's standing in the place where she was frozen solid, unmoving. There is no part of her that isn't frozen. No. There is. The tip of her finger is jutting out of the ice.
やったじゃない。そうよ。やったのよ。偉いぞ、私。
This was a fight in which she poured all she had, uncaring about any fight that might come after. It's not a smart thing to do at all, and it's not cool either.
でも、勝ったんだ。
You're sure about it? Yeah, she won, so she can still... Eh?
この世界に
Oh. That's what you mean. Okay, him. She can still see him. When she meets him, what should she do? Thank him? He'd probably not understand why. Because this was something really important to her. Just now. What was that just now? I know what was that. There was a sound just now. The fingertip sticking from the ice is starting to color red.
そんな、まさか、嘘。
The next moment, the world turns red.
消えぬ。我が炎は消えぬ。そしてさらにたける。
Flames are dancing around Angela. To Liliana's eyes, it looks as if Angela's body itself is on fire.
ドレスが炎上。違う。これは。
Then Crow recognizes it. She's seen this happen once before.
我が命は絶えぬ。滅びぬ。ゆえに我がランスペルペテュールもまた不滅なり。
The Perpetual. Its name means undying. It is able to restore itself if damaged. That is, as long as Angela is alive. As long as Angela's flame is still burning. Her lance will revive like a phoenix from its ashes. So that's why I saw a phoenix before.
破壊された突撃層が再構築開始。50、60、87、100%、126。
こ
And Angela's purpose is not to recover.
284ドレスが突撃走に収束。やはりこれはイーリス姫のあの剣と同じ。
開眼しよったのか。だがこんな技をあやつはどこで。
見るがいいリリアーナ。我がペルペテュエル最強の名誉権限せよゲネイオン。
The snowstorm raging in her surroundings is driven back by her flames. The sky colors orange. The rain starts to evaporate as it falls. Whoa! Holy crap! The fire emanating from the lance envelops Angela and takes on the shape of a dragon's head. Whoa! It's a massive shape made up of crimson flames, shaped by the heat. The dragon opens its mouth. Even Liliana can tell air is rushing towards it. But she didn't use all the dress she has on it, right? So I guess it can be even more powerful. God damn. She's a monster. A bit. Beautiful monster. The fire dragon is actually inhaling. That's the harbinger of the one nasty mother of an attack. The dragon uses quite a simple attack, but it's freaking powerful. Angela is gathering up all of her flames to attack with a giant breath of fire. Liliana desperately begins to collect her water. Not a good idea. In her hand she holds the fragments of the aquamerald. The blood is already spent, but it should still be able to manipulate water. The blizzard attacks Angela, but it vaporizes before it gets even close to her body. Compared to this, Angela was only using little sparks of fire before. But even so, she mustn't lose. Right now, Liliana's power is dwarfed by Angela's. Liliana knows this. That's why she focuses her power and aims it at the tiara. It's the only chance she has left. Even now, at the end. It lasts only a moment. The ray of brilliant light shooting from Liliana's hand pierces Angela's fire. But it only touches her tiara. It touches and then it melts and disappears. At the same time, Liliana is engulfed with Angela's flames. And the result? Angela makes her assault die down. Her lance returns to normal. She's no longer in her attack stance. Angela and Liliana are standing back to back. Liliana speaks first.
Soだな。反則だ。恥ずかしげもなく己の肌を晒し、 己の守りを捨てて向かわねば、リリアーナ。お前には勝てなかった。
Okay, let's talk about being fair. Liesel. Liesel is the one that is not fair, okay? Liesel, that was her name? Right? Liesel Hansel, I think.
そう。もし、私にとって、これがプリンセスワルツの初戦であったなら、お前の技に屈していたかもしれぬ。
え？
初戦じゃなかったの？
私は、イーリス姫と戦った。そして、あのありえぬ技を見た。それが、お前と私の違いだ。
Their ability is about the same. They have faced death about the same number of times. And when it comes to battle planning and strategy, Liliana is the better fighter. However, but Angela knew about that technique. She experienced it firsthand. It is the only real difference between Liliana and Angela, and yet it meant the difference between victory and defeat.
戦いにもしもという過程などない。あろうはずもないのだが。もしも。リリアーナ。お前が先にあのイーリス姫と対峙していたならば。いや、言うまい。さらばだ、リリアーナ。
The furry steps forward.
ティアラの破壊を確認。勝者、アグニスの姫、アンジェラ。
お主。
Shachi forces himself through the bars of the cage and paddles over to Liliana.
シャチ吉。
What? Shachikichi? What? That sucks.
ごめん。
It sucks they need to be traveled back to their world again. But
しょうがないか。私よりちょっとだけあっちの方が強かったんだし。それにさ。
somehow Lina feels she didn't have what it takes to be a princess.
だってさ、あの時頭に浮かんだのが王子様じゃなくてあいつの顔なんだもん。
On the border between life and death, she saw his face. It wasn't something she should have seen as a candidate to marry the prince. Ah, gee.
お姫様、失格だ。
No, you didn't! They don't know yet! They don't know. I know. The gate opens and Liliana is carried through. The winner stays behind. She watches the loser go, for she is severely wounded herself. As a princess, and in a way, as a friend.
本日のワルツ、これにて閉幕。
Okay. Almost simultaneously with the one on this arena, another pillar of light appears in the distance, but we will go to that place in the next episode. So hope you enjoyed it and see you then. That sounded so bad. Alright, bye bye.